Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Ich warte seit Wochen auf diesen Tag und tanz vor Freude über den Asphalt. Als wär's ein Rhythmus, als gäb's ein Lied, das mich immer weiter durch die Straßen zieht. Komm dir entgegen.
Hello and welcome to Gegenpressing, the Bundesliga podcast. This is the bonus show and we got Stefan Bienkowski back. Stefan, I'm catching you at a hotel bar in Köln. Is that right?
No, actually, I'm in the hotel bar in the Bay Arena.
That's a lie. They don't have bars in Leverkusen.
Do you know what? They don't, but they do have one in the Bay Arena. It's a hotel that's kind of stitched onto the end of the stadium. It's obviously it's a Leverkusen themed hotel, which is kind of cool because there's a big cutout of Stefan Kiesling when you walk in the door, and you kind of nod to Rudy Huller when you're going to the bathroom, and there's commemorative tops behind it. It's a cool place, actually. If anyone's come into the Bay Arena, I would definitely recommend going there for a beer before the game if you can.
Yeah, I've been there once.
Yeah, but that's why people might hear quite a lot of background noise from my end. So I can only apologise. It's quite quiet, but they've got music blaring, so hopefully this microphone is worth what I paid for it, and it makes me sound somewhat okay.
The question I have, how did you survive through yesterday? We had Seb on, obviously, on the main show, jumping on, and basically because you were hanging out of through. I saw the podcast got published, my newsletter is out too, so you must be okay, but how was it?
Yeah, I do have a bone to pick with you, actually. You character assassination suggesting that I was binge drinking in the Fru Beer House, which is far from the case.
That's not character assassination. That is just pointing out what happens at that place.
Well, it is what happens at that place, but it's not what happened for us. I only had 2 or 3 glasses of Fru, which if anyone's been there will know that they're the size of a thimble.
The shot glass.
In fact, it was quite awkward. One of the people on our party doesn't actually drink alcohol, and it's one of these places where they have these kind of big rowdy waiters who just kind of drop beers in front of you and you're expected to drink them, and he kind of politely tried to explain in English that he doesn't drink, to which the person said, hey, look, it's Fru, it's there's hardly any alcohol, you'll be fine. And he was just kind of, poor guy was just kind of left like grinning, thinking, well, I'm not going to drink it, but how do I say no to this guy? And I did say it's the first time I've been to a bar where I've been bullied into drinking beer rather than the other way around.
Yeah, that's Germany for you.
That's absolutely Germany for you. If you don't drink beer and eat meat, people look at you very strangely.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, enough of Rü, enough of beer, enough of the Bay Arena. You were there on a tour with Leverkusen, right? A media tour. We've been media tour heavy. Seb and I were, of course, with the DFL the weekend prior, right? And we covered that even more further on the main show. But you were there in Leverkusen. You had a chance to talk to no less than Xabi Alonso. And obviously, you're going to have some written content on this too, which is why we switched to newsletter, which is why my newsletter came out first this week, right? And yours comes out second. But I just want to talk to you about this experience. I mean, Leverkusen, it's probably a very different media trip experience than the one I had just before COVID, because that weekend they lost to Köln. You are there now, and they are the best team in Europe. They're first in the Bundesliga. A historic start for them, 31 points after 11 games. No team in the history of the league has ever collected more at the start of the season. Xabi Alonso is very much considered the architect of this, although I would probably credit Simon Rolfes in his transfer policy as well, right? We should not forget his work in the background. But what has it been like, and what's Xabi Alonso been like, Stefan?
Thank you for listening to Believe. You can show support to your host by subscribing to the show and giving us a 5-star rating on your preferred platform. Check us out at Believe.com and search for BLEAV on YouTube.